for having me today. Boy, there's a lot of faces looking at me right now. I'm assuming that most of the faces I'm looking at back, you're here to build wealth, is that right? Is that what you've come here for? Yeah? Because I think some people try and tell you that money's not everything. You heard that? They're lying. Of course you need money. There's other things you need too, but of course you need money if you want to experience what it is you want to experience. There's something else you need too. I've created a lot of wealth before in my life, going back about 10 years ago, but I did it the old-fashioned way. And I discovered something else that was just as important than wealth. Any ideas? And I'll give you a hint. It actually rhymes with wealth. What is it? Absolutely. Now, just figure out how to use this. Yes. So what I want to share with you today is how my traditional business, what I did 10 years ago, almost killed me. Very, very closely almost killed me. So what I want to also share is my big 3 whoopsies now. I think probably most of us have done a few of those, but and I'm sure I've done a lot more than 3, but I've only got 20 minutes, so I'm just going to give you my first 3, my biggest ones lately. I also want to share some steps of my redemption to help me, what has helped me to get back. And also at the end of my talk, this is a Business Builder Award and I like to win. I have a very nice little ethical bribe for you. Is that okay that I give you an ethical bribe? You'll like it. You'll feel good. It'll make you feel good, I'll promise you that. So what happened to me? Why did my business almost kill me? I had the traditional business. Now I'm a nurse. I'm an old. Any other nurses here? Yeah, cool. Welcome. I did it the old way where I didn't want to actually nurse anymore, so I decided to have my own business. And I created this business as an aged care service. I had my own nursing home. I had 125 staff. Now, if you have any idea what that does to you, yeah, it almost killed me. I had responsibilities too. They're my 3 responsibilities. Now, my eldest 2, up the top there, their dad passed away when they were young, so hence there's a little bit of change in my 3rd one, but I did have big responsibilities. As a single mum, it made me work even harder. And in those days, there was no such thing as internet. I said, well, there might have been, I didn't know about it. Certainly didn't know what to do with it if it was around. So the result, you may have wondered why I brought my lunch with me. I wanted to share this with you. It's a grapefruit. This represents to me what that business did to me. Or I'll reword that, what I created myself from working 24/7 around the clock. Because wealth is actually pretty easy to make. If you follow different patterns, different rules, and if you're determined enough, you'll make money. There's absolutely no question. Follow these guys, Daryl and Andrew, what they're doing is amazing. You will make money. But you want to get out the other end of it, don't you? With your health too. This was the size of the tumour that sat right behind my ribs just here in my liver. That's how big it was, exactly that size. I measured this one to make sure I wasn't tricking you. It wasn't cancer, it was benign. However, if you can imagine that sitting in your chest where it shouldn't be, it didn't do my heart and lungs and the rest of me much good. So for the next 9 years, I had a pretty interesting journey. My old profession couldn't help me. Here I was. Yes, they used to make us wear those things on our head. They were pretty weird. Thank God, some things change. So that was me when I graduated over 30 years ago. So I nursed. I spent my whole life, more than 30 years, in health, looking at people's health. So what happened when I got really sick? I didn't know what happened. I got the answers that most people with chronic disease get. We don't know what caused it. You just have to deal with it. I was told I'll have to just live with a liver that made me feel like I was hungover for the rest of my life. Anyone had a bad hangover? Yeah. Keep doing that for years. That's how I felt. Chronic fatigue. A whole swag of things that you don't want to know about. So I was on a mission. I'm a Virgo. When I do things, any other Virgos? We're perfectionists. Yeah, when we do stuff, yeah, we do it really well. I did chronic disease brilliantly, really well. But as I said, it almost did kill me. I actually left my body one night and travelled around the room a bit and decided to come back and actually take control. So over that next 9-10 years, I studied everything. I researched everything. My own profession couldn't help me. So every natural therapy you could poke a stick at, I experimented on. I was pummeled and stuck with pins and needles, and you named it. I sweated. I did everything. And I do believe, well, I'm standing here today. I am alive, very much alive, and I have a liver that is absolutely 100% healthy, well, normal shape, everything. So, of course, I wanted to share. That's me. I'm just, natural healer person. I just like to share. So what did I do? I sat down and I wrote, and I started accumulating all this knowledge that I had. And here is my start of my 3 big whoopsies that you will learn over the next few days, that Andrew and Daryl will show you what not to do. I did a few of them really, really well, as I do. So, I built my product first. I'm not going to go into it, I've only got a short amount of time, but here's my product, an amazing product. If I'd had this 10 years ago, I would have had my liver back to normal 9 years ago. I know that. There's no need for chronic disease. There is reasons, there is causes for cancer, diabetes, asthma, MS, all of these things. We're just not told about them. We just don't know about them because there's no magic pill to fix it. Everything I put together is here, step by step, takes people through, one day at a time, everything they need to know to get their health back. So I was so excited to put it together, and I thought, well, naturally, everyone's going to come swimming and buy it, because here's your answer. You don't need to do the hard work like I did. I even had a trial. I had 35 people go through it. Fantastic results. They loved it. An amazing process. We supported them with online classrooms the whole way through. So I knew the product was great. There's not another one like it. I know that. I've researched. I've tried them all. So here was my whoopsie number 2. I tried to then sell it what people needed. I know they need this. My whole medical background, I know. I know what will take to prevent and heal chronic disease. So that's what I tried to sell. And what I realised was, if somebody doesn't know they need it, they're not going to buy it. Like, I didn't even know it myself. It took me 10 years of research to figure this stuff out, and I'm in the medical profession. So that was a big one for me, to realise that actually I'm not ever going to sell what people need. You'll learn that over this course of the weekend. You've got to tap into what they want. Whoopsie number 3, I spent a phenomenal amount. I can't even tell you what I spent on my website because I'm actually signed to a confidentiality agreement, because it was probably not even supposed to tell you that, but it was a lot of money. That I thought I'll have this bee's knees big website and that will, sell my product. I also thought going to all these expos and spending lots of money on the stands will sell my product. But it didn't. It hit the fan. And what Andrew was saying before about creating wealth, you've got to take responsibility. I had created wealth, but you give 9 years. How would you go after 9-10 years of not having any income at all? Nothing. It was my savings, it was what I'd earned before, gradually down, down, down. It had to. I couldn't tell you the hundreds of thousands I probably spent getting my health back. Most of it unnecessarily, but I didn't know, because I didn't know what to do. So, this is what happened. This is my steps of redemption. I sat where you are only 4 months ago, March it was, the last workshop. I never imagined in a million years that in 4 months' time I would be up on the stage doing this, telling you guys about it. So that was my first step to redemption. The next one I discovered was the Internet Secrets Ultimate Business Model. Now, I won't go too much, I won't spoil Andrew and Daryl, I'm probably jumping the gun, am I? But They will tell you all about it. When I saw this, you know, the first day I was probably like most of you sitting here, really sceptical. You know, I've got the numbers of skepticism in my numerology. That's why I have to experiment really well with everything. But I sat with it, and then over the course of the 4 days, the penny started dropping. What I realised, once I said, yes, guys, I want you to help me, this one program, actually, they showed me, Andrew and Daryl showed me really clearly that I've actually got 2 businesses in there. Because this program covers all the physical, but it also covers all the mind and the emotions, right through to meditation. It has everything. It's holistic. But not everybody wants that. Some people just want to work on their body. Some people just want, you know, to get their thinking right. So this is how they help me see the 2 different businesses. The first one will just work all on the physical. So I had my gold. That's what I call my gold program. But the business model will show you you've got to step it up. You've got to start low. Something that people can understand and manage, because they don't know, as I didn't know either. So I created the 3-day mini detox to start with. Then we were about to launch in 2 weeks. I'll be launching the 10-day spring clean. The 49-day rejuvenation package is going to be out this Friday. Yay. And we've got wellness treatments, retreats planned as well. The other side of it, which is stress, I've called it moving beyond stress, because all of those chronic diseases out there, you know, 60% of Australian adults, this is from the Bureau of Statistics, have got some form of chronic disease. 60% of you will have some form of chronic disease. 85% of that is caused solely by stress. Absolutely. And it's preventable, 100% preventable. That means half of you. That means if you turn to the person next to you, why don't you just do this right now? Turn to the person next to you and say, well, who's it going to be? It's going to be one of you. Make your mind up. So the next step, once I worked out this whole business model and what I needed to do so that I can tap into what people actually want and at the same time give them what they need, I had the membership site built. These guys down here were phenomenal. Within 2 weeks, I had up this membership site that cost me like this much compared to this much that I'd already spent on this huge website that took 12 months to build and was selling nothing. The first day the membership site went on air, I started getting sales. The next step I did was the Millionaire Club, and you'll hear about that, I'm sure, over the weekend. The networking that came out of that, for me, has been phenomenal. In the first discussion I had, there's a group of people that are like-minded. I mean, I'm down at Lismore. Does anybody know Lismore? Like, it's with the cows, you know? I talk to the cows. So to come into a place with all these like-minded people that were also really, you know, wanting to build business was just, my mind was just going like hers, like, oh, sorry, you're up here. It was great. And from that, even first, I got so many things out of that. I was trying to describe what my business is, and Andrew pointed out, he said, well, if it's not any of those things, then you've got your own method, because what I've developed in my Moving Beyond Stress is really unique. And he said, so you've got the GRACE method. And I go, oh my God, I have 2. I've got the GRACE method. And out of that, I also met another lady, and she's in corporate, so we are now discussing and planning corporate leadership / wellness retreats. How cool is that? I think it is. My next step to redemption was to learn how to sell from stage. Now, I'm a nurse, okay? I don't sell. I heal people. So for me to get up and try and sell something was just like, that's just not what I do. But through that process, I learnt how to do it, what to do. My first time on stage where I was actually upselling, 20% conversion. That's pretty good. The next step, that I took was learnt about joint venture possibilities. Now, I'd been going to these expos and I'd already had another one booked in for Sydney when I joined Internet Secrets. I'll never do it again. I will never spend. Sorry if there's any expo people here. But what Andrew said to me is, don't stand, I think it was Daryl actually, don't stand at your stand. When you're there, look at all the joint venture opportunities. So that's what I did. So I left my staff at the stand and I just went wandering. And what I noticed, and it just absolutely blew me away, this is what the crowd was like. They were so excited with my program, Moving Beyond Stress, and there were all these fitness people. It was a health and fitness expo, all these fitness people, and they said, is your course registered? I said, what do you mean registered? And they said, well, if you register it with Fitness Australia, then people will get continuing education points. I thought, oh. And they said, we're desperate for courses like this. Please go get it registered. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually in the process of rewriting. It's going to be ready in about 3 weeks' time. So I've decided, well, why stop there? Let's get it registered for all the nurses, all the teachers, personal trainers, massage therapists, naturopaths, all the health professionals, all the people that help others. Let's get it registered so that all of these health professionals can now learn the real reasons behind stress, not just how to manage stress. You're sick of managing it. By the time you get home from the massage therapist, you've done your head in again from the drive. Let's get to the bottom of it, and that's what my grace method does. So just that alone, that one little hint, step out of the box and go and look at these opportunities. It's been phenomenal. My last step is I'm already putting into place a program that's going to teach others to teach what I teach. So I can do that and go off, and I love travel. So this is what I've done in 4 months. Now keep in mind this, please, when you're crossing off your little business builder number 1. What I've done in 4 months, I've turned this one program into 2 businesses. I've now got a membership site, 5 programs that suit people's wants and needs. I'm registering my workshops to run them across the nation, to get registered for professional development. We're also planning leadership retreats for the corporate sector, and I'm also now booking in to all these networking places, speaking on stage. That means I have to take off because in November I'm planning to be in the UK, because apparently all these organisations, when my courses are registered here in Australia, they recognise them in the UK. How convenient's that? So 4 months ago, I would never in a million years think this is where, I just thought I was just going to go out and sell this program. And now this is what it's come to. And I'm determined I'm not going to do it like I did the other business. I don't need all those staff. One assistant can help me when I'm off travelling if there's any paperwork and stuff, because I don't like doing that. Otherwise, I run my online classrooms, I support people as they move through the program. I can do that sitting anywhere on my laptop, anywhere in the world. So here's my ethical bribe, because I like to make people feel good. Is that okay? Would you like to feel good? Because if I give you this ethical bribe and you vote for me, it makes me feel good too. It's good karma. So I'd like to give you all, there's some forms coming out now. The girl's going to send out, and guys, sorry. I'm going to give you absolutely free my 3-day mini detox. Is that okay? Would you like that? It's a magic little program, 3 days. You can do it in 3 days. It's really, really easy. You're going to feel clearer, lighter, the energy, and it's going to give you is phenomenal. And don't worry, you're not going to starve for 3 days. You can eat as much as you want. You're going to love it. I've already had a lot of people on this, and they're just loving it. It's really easy. So that's my little gift to you, because it's going to make you feel really, really good. The same as it'll make me feel good when you vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan and Grace. Everybody put your hands together. Hang there a minute. Can I just have a look at this there?
Sure.
I won't look at...
You don't want it much?
No, I won't look at those again. This is the first time I've seen this program, actually. This looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Yes. She's done a great job there, hasn't she? That's a pleasure. Well, do you mind if I open it up a bit?
Yeah, just
Sorry.
on the side
How
here.
do you do it? So it's idiot-proof. Oh, there you go.
So it's
Cool.
packed with
So you got all your CDs,
videos,
DVDs, workbooks in there.
audios, workbooks for every week.
Oops. Oh, sorry.
There's a wall chart for your stretching.
Lovely. Cool. Good job. And what's this, guys? What is it? Information. Okay, information. And it's valuable to you if you have one of the things that this helps you sort out. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, so information in the form of a box with DVDs and videos. So she's got in video, text and audio. Really good. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Andrew.